All right, chip of the day. This one's from muRata. It is a chip EMI filter. T-type chip EMI NFM60R or 61R or 61RH series. 6 amp T-type filter with ferrite beads, okay? And they're in these weird little packages. Let's see here, features, large current. The structure has built-in ferrite beads. And yeah, they're weird devices. I'll show them here in a second. But here is the equivalent circuit. All right. It's a inductor, ferrite bead, and then some capacitance to ground, and then another ferrite bead, okay? And so I have two different types, all right? And in fact, there's one right there on the bench. So let me show you this under the microscope. They're too small to see here. So the big one is, it's got 3 connections. It's got a middle connection and then 2 end connections. And then it's got these 2 kind of darker rings. And those darker rings are ferrite beads. And so you solder it down on those 3 connections and it creates an electrical filter to kill noise and stuff like that. And then there's a short one, and the short one, same thing, only short, smaller, and not as much ferrite material and stuff. So I guess it won't do as good of a job, but might be good enough for you. I thought maybe I would put it in a vise and then maybe take a Dremel tool and start grinding it down. And I put it in the vise to hold on to it, and it just cracked apart. So that's what we'll do. We'll just smash these things with a vise and open them up. And I think you can see there's a kind of a copper. It looks like a round, looks like a sheet of copper that's rolled into a tube, a rod. And it's not a solid rod, it's like a roll of copper. And then it has these 2 ferrite beads stuck on the 2 ends and some metal. Now, I'm not sure exactly how the capacitor gets in there. Just looking at the materials, it wasn't obvious to me what was the capacitor. It was obvious what was the ferrite beads, but it wasn't obvious what were the capacitors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some SMD to pin converters I have here. So here's one board that's got the big one on it, and we will have that, and then we'll have a board with the little one on it. So let's go out to the lab and turn on an LCR meter and measure these things. All right, here's in the lab. Let me warm up my LCR meter. Get it going. All right, and we're going to be measuring these for both capacitance and inductance. All right, so let's get the camera moved. All right, so I have this board that I designed once for a fixture on the machine, and it has a place here that we can just plug a capacitor or whatever in, and we can measure things. So let's measure the capacitance. So let's take the little guy here, and we'll bend one pin out of the way. So we're going to just be looking at the end pin to the center pin, okay? And we'll stick this here in the fixture. And we get 2 nanofarads, okay, at high frequency. Let's see here, let's go down in frequency. So here's 10 kilohertz, 20 kilohertz, 40 kilohertz, 100 kilohertz, 1 megahertz, 2 megahertz, oh, wait a minute, 1 megahertz, 2 megahertz, 4 megahertz, 10 megahertz. So it's 7 nanofarads up there. Go down to 10 kilohertz, it's 2 nanofarads there. All right, let's measure its inductance. And we'll go between pins 1 and 3, the 2 outside pins. All right, and all right, 0.2 microhenries. That's good. 0.22 microhenries at 10 kilohertz, 20 kilohertz, 40 kilohertz going down, 100 kilohertz, 200 kilohertz, 400 kilohertz, 1 megahertz, 2 megahertz, and 4 megahertz, 10 megahertz. All right, it goes down to high frequency. Go back down to 10 kilohertz, 0.22 microhenries. Okay, let's take that one out. All right, let's measure this one. Let's do a nanohenry since we're kind of set up for that. We'll go here to between this pin and this pin should be inductance. Oops, are we connected? Let's see here. Got the right pins? Yeah. There we go. 0.288 microhenries, a little bit bigger. Not a lot. I thought I would have expected more. 10 kilohertz, 20 kilohertz, 40. It's staying up though with frequency, so that's interesting. 200 kilohertz, 400 kilohertz, 1 megahertz, 2 megahertz, 4 megahertz, 10 megahertz. Yeah, so it's a little flatter with megahertz. Here's 4 megahertz is 200 nanohenries, and then it drops to 128 nanohenries at 10 megahertz. So yeah, a little more robust. And then let's measure its capacitance. We'll go between a center and an end. Measure capacitance. 0.7 picofarads. That's not very good. Let's go ahead and calibrate, get a better, we'll do it open. And let's do a short. There we go. Let's put him in for capacitance. 5.4 nanofarads at 10 kilohertz, 20, 40, 100 kilohertz, 400, 1 megahertz, 2, 4, and it fell down a bit, or it went up, 5.5, 2 megahertz, 4 megahertz, it's at 8 now, and at 10 megahertz, it goes funny. It just goes funny out there. So there's probably a resonance that's happening. All right, now that I zeroed my machine, let's go ahead and remeasure the capacitance of this one. I don't think it's going to make much difference. Yeah, okay. So anyway, there you go. All right, I got these at the store, grab bags for $3 each, and they came on little off of a tape. So they probably have a big reel of these somewhere. I don't think anybody uses these. I don't know. Comment below if you've used these on a product and why you use them. And I don't know if they make these things anymore. I have no idea. Let's go ahead and put the test boards in the bag so I can keep track of them. And this one also had the little tape and reel things. We'll pop him in here. All right, a little more of the data sheet maybe. Let's see here. We got, yeah, this is an interesting graph here in the data sheet. This is what we just measured. This is the insertion loss. We didn't really measure insertion loss, but they offer various ones. So you can see here they have 33 puff, 100 puff, 60. Yeah, so we were up here at the big boy. We were up here around 5,000 picofarads. And the other one was around 200 picofarads, so interesting. But you can look at the graph here. It's sort of trying to kill things above 100 megahertz. It's starting to roll off pretty good. It's rolled off at 20 dB at 10 megahertz. And here it's rolled off 20 dB at about maybe 30 megahertz, something like that. Those are the little ones and the big ones. Anyway, interesting part. Hadn't seen one before. As soon as I saw them, I needed them immediately. Anyway, there you go. Chip of the day, muRata EMI filters.